Okay, so it's been, let's see here, about a year or two almost since I made this video, and I'm going down here. I'm looking at these comments to see all these people. I promised you a year ago I was going to make a video, and I forgot about it, so we're going to do that now. So we did part one here, right here, as you can see, of just setting it up and getting the game to run. So this is before I had some of the knowledge I have now. I have COVID, so I'm not exactly in the best shape, but we're gonna do this. So you go to this link here, github.com/1.12.2 client base, and then you see here, oh, we got an issue. What's this? Oh, there. So, so here's what you're gonna have to do. Click here, code, and then download zip, and then you're gonna save this. For me, I'm gonna save it to my. Here, let's see. We'll save it to desktops here, or sorry, not desktop, documents. So here, let's put this right here, and then I'll copy this path. You don't have to do this, but I'll copy that path. Actually, I might be able to open it where it is. Okay, so I'm gonna extract this. I have WinZip. I'll put it in the description, but you can use like whatever Windows comes with to unzip it, and you'll see if I can find it here. Maybe we'll see right here. The client base unzipped. So you'll see for some reason it does this. It'll make a new thingy. So we're just going to drag this one to here. Which just, so now we only have one folder with everything in it. So we're going to copy this path here. And we're going to open IntelliJ IDEA. It's the one you want. And you can pay for Ultimate or you can use a 30-day free trial. But I use IDEA, the community edition, because it's free and, and for my use, it's easier. So I click open here and then I paste that path in. And then you'll see it right here. Press open, it'll boot up. Okay, so it's importing and setting up Gradle. This is 2 years old now, so it's not going to be the greatest code or maybe the greatest base out there, but it's simple and it's good for learning. So my IntelliJ will look a little bit different because I have a theme on it, and that's what makes it this like purplish, weird blue, whatever you want to call it, color. But you see it'll download everything here, and it's ready really fast. Lightweight client. So let's go to the main class here. We have our imports, our mod, and then our initial. So this code here gets ran whenever the game's in the initialization event. So whenever the game's initializing, this will be ran here, and this starts the client. So to rename this package here, this is called a package. To rename it, you just go to refactor, rename. So let's say I want to do it. Let's say dev.xeonlife. We'll name it monkey client. There we go, monkey client. That's what we're calling this. I'm gonna rename this to monkey client, and so now we have, instead of vatcat client, we have dev.xeonlife monkey client. All right, so we also gonna rename refactor is changing it, and then rename this to monkey client. This is just how to rename it to whatever you'd like it to be. And then here, this has to be lowercase. Monkey client. Then we're gonna have version 1. Okay. So now we have monkey client. In the mod here, you want to change this. The mod ID has to be lowercase. So monkey client. If I can spell. And then we can put this here. And I don't know why that's still in there, but we'll keep it. Alright, so here you go, and then we can change this. Let's say, for my case, I'll just put myself here. And then, for here, I'm just going to keep it what it is, but I think you understand how to change it. It's pretty simple. So, also, you can add a picture, too, a logo, into the resources. And then if you name the name here, so let's say it's logo.png, you put that in here, I'll show you later on the screen. So, that's if you want to add a resource pack. We're going to do all that now. So if we go to build.gradle here, since we just renamed it, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, okay. So we're going to rename this to what our client's name is. So this has to be a lowercase, monkey client, and then the vendor, let's say monkey development. And then again, the implement, so it's the same. And then we're going to reboot Gradle. For my sake of this being easy and better for me to understand, I'm just going to remove everything that's commented out. That's what this is called with the slashes. It's commenting it out. So if you were to build it and put this into an actual like mod, none of these slashes would be here if you decompiled it. So I'll let this whatever it needs to do, rebuild. Okay, so this is Gradle up here. There's all our tasks. So for us, so we have FG runs. So we have to run the client, and then to get, you don't need to run this. You might need to run this once in the future, but ignore this. This is the most important one, run client. That'll start up our client. And then to, let's see, so that's to start up the client. And then to actually build the client into, you know, being an actual client, we can run as a mod with the here. See, build. And it's pretty easy from there. So we're gonna add some stuff to it, and then just some simple stuff. So we have monkey client here, you know, our very nice custom client, or yeah, custom client. We got, all right, so we got our main class. This is our settings. The settings, so when you add a module, you need to add settings to that module. And then the settings manager, this is not important for now, but so we have tutorial here, so we should change this to monkey client. And see how this is system error print line? This won't print line it to the chat or Minecraft, or it'll be in the, say we're using multi-MC, it'll be in here in our Minecraft log. So instead of doing all this, what we can do is in here we can do public, let me think, public logger. We can use log4j, or here, public static logger, let's name it logger equals new logger, and then whoops, and okay, this is like my 5th time recording this because it didn't want to work earlier, so I'll just leave it here. So it's log manager dot get logger. So our client's name is monkey client. We can just put this here, and since this is public and static means it can be accessed from pretty much anywhere. We're gonna instead, so you see back in settings manager where it says here, we can just do, so if this was an error, we can do monkey client dot logger dot error, because you know it said error before, so we can remove this now, and we can search. So if you're an intelligent, you press Control Shift F. It's how you search for stuff in all the files. So we want to do in project system dot out dot print line. Looks like we found the only one, but this is how you search for stuff. Anyways, besides the point of basic setup for IntelliJ, this is the main class for monkey client. You can see we have the key. If the key is pressed, it engages a module. We register it by the event bus. We have our settings manager and our module manager. We'll move into that now. So modules, module manager here. This list here has all of our modules in it. You see we have some commented out. These are either ones that don't work or I didn't finish, but they're for you to work on, see if you can get them to work. So for this, it's this. You honestly don't need this. This is usually what we do. So this, which means this class. Each of these are classes. Let's see, this class dot modules, which is this array list here. Modules dot add, so we're adding to it, new, and then the click UI. So if you get this error here after moving it, where all these are inaccurate, you don't need those. You can just remove them. They're just a byproduct of moving this to your own, name. So if I close this, we have our click UI here. So if we go to the top here, I think it might actually be somewhere else. Okay, now we're okay. So this is the click UI. This is at least the main part of it, or not the main part of, sorry, part of it. This is the frame. This shows everything. And GUI, you don't really have to mess with. I'll show you how to do some things in a little bit. But so now if we go over here to our actual modules, you see we have movement, render. So if we go to click GUI here, let's say that we want our click GUI button to, instead of being U, to being P. So we'll do keyboard.p. So now if we go over here and do build, for my sake, I'm not going to actually put it into my mods folder and run it, but you make a 1.12.2 Forge instance using either multi-MC or Minecraft, drag this right in there, and it should work like a charm. But since I'm not doing that right now, as that is not the main objective of this video, I'm not going to. Simple as that. But I'll show you how you can run it. So you saw how this, another thing, you saw how this here was mod ID. You might not want that. To change it, you see right here where it says archive base name. We're going to change this to monkey client S. And then this here, we don't have to type all that in. I mean, if you'd like to, you can, but I'm just going to do it the simple way. This group here should be the same as up here. And then you rebuild your Gradle. And just like that, and once it actually goes, it's pretty much done. So now we're going to actually run the client, see what it looks like. So we're going to do run client right there. We also, while we're waiting, we have a heads-up display too, which it doesn't work anymore, but there was a crosshair at one point. But we have a heads-up display, a HUD, that will show every mod that gets turned on. So you can see it. It draws, so font renderer draw, it draws a string, and then that, shows everything. So now, let's see. This should, as long as it works correctly, it should work. Or it should work. I don't know why it wouldn't. But, so if we we hold control and click, this will bring us to the reference where it is. This is right here. This is our main class. This is main.java. I'll show you how to do a couple things here. So, if we paste this again and name this pre in it, and then change this from FML initialization event to FML pre-initialization event. Remove this here. Okay, there we go. Minecraft opened, as you can see here. We have monkey client, right? Or I'll turn the music off because it might be echoing through my mic. Oh, I love Minecraft music. Anyways. Oh, I guess it did not do that. Please forgot about that. Alright, so if we go into a single player world, like this, you will see, once I get in here, since if you remember I changed the keybind to P. Normally it's U, but I changed it to P. Once this world boots up, all I should have to do to open the Click GUI for this client is press P. Done. Ooh, that's a nice spawn by village. We open up P, boom. Very cool. And if you're wondering why it's so small, it's because I have, normally, the GUI scale is for here. But in my case, we have it scaled. Whoops. What did I just do? Uh-oh. Yes, didn't like that. But, as I'm sure you saw there, that was what the game is supposed to look like with the cheat. I guess we're abandoning that. Well, it just fixed itself, but oh well. So if we're gonna do a couple things here, so usually the first part's lowercase, second part's capitals, I've learned. But so let's say, you know how it says at the top Minecraft.1.12.2, we're gonna change that. So if we go to display dot set title, let's say monkey client. And then you remember how we wrote the version, so we can do plush. Well, it might not be in here. It might be in monkey client dot. Okay, we don't have a version, so you can actually add that right now. So we'll add monkey client. So if we go to monkey client main class, we can add a new field here: public static string version equals 1.1. You can add a V if you want, but for my case, we're just gonna do 1.0.1 or 1.0.0. Sorry. And now, since it's static, we can just do monkey client.version. So now, as we boot up the game, this red button here kills it if there's an emergency, like, it doesn't run right. And you can also run it with debug. And when you run it with debug, when you click this hammer, whatever you write in the code, you don't have to close it and reopen it each time for it to show up. So when the game reaches pre-init, you'll see right here, it'll change the main. I'll just show you when the window opens. So you can see when the window opens, we have Minecraft 1.12.2 and then Monkey Client 1.0. Isn't that incredible? You can also click this here and then terminate if there is a another issue. But this is just, it's kind of funny. While I was making this, I had to redo that part here. I had to re-record this like 10 times just because it wouldn't import. But anyways, here we go. We have Monkey Client. I don't know why it set itself to be. Oh, I turn on this 3D and so we can turn this off. It's gonna take forever to turn off, so I'm not gonna let that. So we can test this terminate here, like I was saying. Here, And when you see this, so it says illegal argument exception. If it ever says that, just click back up in here and you can see the log. So we can close this. This is not very important. So now we have our monkey client title. Very cool. So I will do a couple things here now that'll be helpful. So we have our click GUI. I can open this up here. So we actually do need to boot up the game. I don't know why I closed it, but so with our GUI, this is not important, this main class here, at least not now. What we need to look at is the component. So if we go to frame, you'll see we have the sub, we have the checkbox, the keybind, the mode button, the slider, and the visible button. We also have. So I go to component, or I'm sorry, not component, frame. You can see this is just for this does not work right now. I don't think so, at least. So anyways, coming into this with about as much knowledge as you guys have. So besides that, if we look through here, you can see that, it renders the frame and it has everything we would need here. So this is for the category name. This draws the string. So a string is like text, but so you see this color here? This color here is, we can actually double check. I'll show you how you can see this. Just put in here and then Google it. Click on the first link and you can see, so this is like a bluish color. So this bluish color, as we can see, now that we've booted up Monkey Client, and I'm not gonna fuck with that because that's gonna make stuff, not good. So we go into here, single player monkey. When we boot up this world, I can show you the click UI. Pretty sure I launched with debug. I did, okay. So this is it. Pretty simple, nothing too crazy. You have your anti-knockback, which doesn't work. I don't think your sprint, which does. You don't. I'm not pressing any button. Oh, auto jumps. Hold on. I'm not pressing any buttons. It's automatically sprinting for me. So if I turn on the HUD, you can see everything that I turn on gets put up there. So like, see that? Now they're not in order. We can fix that in a little bit though. But you can see you can change here the key and if it's visible. All right. Aside from all that, you can see, it's nice purple. I don't know. I made it purple. I thought it would look nice. So this color here was that blue, right? Category.name. It doesn't change, so we don't need to mess with that blue. But when we go over here, you can see this will draw the different components. And this is, so this category.getName. That's for each category. And then this open, okay. So let me think. What would be something we might want to change? Well, maybe you don't like this like lavender color for whatever reason. So like I said, we looked this up here. You can see that this is a bluish color, which I don't know. I actually, if I'm being honest with you, I have no idea where that blue is, so we don't have to worry about that. But what we do have to worry about is, let's say we don't like that purple color. Maybe it's, just color you don't like. Let me see if I can find this. So this is the button. So I think this is actually it right here. We can yeah, it is. So there's purple and there's black. So let's say for some reason, I don't know why, you don't like that purple color. Maybe it's too blingy, maybe it's not blingy enough. I don't know. So let's say, what color can we make this? So if this is our purple here, we can do, the cool thing with IntelliJ is we can actually change it right here. So let's say I want to make this, instead of being purple, let's make it red. Let's make it very red. And then this one here, let's see, which one is this changing? Black. Okay, that's the RGB. So we have our blackish gray, but we don't actually want to make that. Actually, I'll make that a little bit more gray. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then this color here, I think is just, what is this? That's okay. That's our red. That's our red there. This color here is that purple. Okay, so this is our purple here. This is our red. So we changed this purple to red. So we're going to change this one here also to red. Now, if we click that hammer, because we're in debug mode, you'll see that it will change it. So now, if I open that UI again, whenever we hover over stuff, let me try to give you a good example. Whenever you whenever you enable stuff, it shows it as red when you hover over. So say I turn this on, I hover over it, turns red. Pretty cool. So you could change this to whatever color you want. I just had it purple, as you can see. So if I undo this and have it back to the purple, to undo, if you don't know, I think it's pretty obvious, but it's Control Z. So just give me a second here. All right, so now we're back to purple. So that's pretty simple. It's just the highlight, and then when you click it, see how it gets darker. So that's our button. Our button is, in a literal sense, the button you click. So if we go over to subs, we have checkbox here. Then we have our keybind, which, if you're wondering, keybind is, in our case, this one right here. Mode button, our slider, our visible button. Our visible button, by the way, is this one. So we don't have to worry about any of that, though. None of that's important. I don't know what colors you guys want to change, but let's say in the case that you want to change this here, I'll make this bigger so it's easier to see for you. There we go. So there we go. Okay. So you see we have our custom HUD with our font. So if we go here, if I'm just gonna double check this to make sure I don't mess this up. This color, I've never seen that. That is not. Is that the same color as that? I think it actually is. Sorry about that. A little bit slow today. But if we go here, let's say what color do we want to make this text here? What's the hex code for red? Let's see. All right. So if we change this here to 0xFFFF0. You'll see it's now red. Wow, so cool. And you can also make a custom setting that changes this color. So I don't think this is set up to do it yet. So next update I push to the base will have that. But let's say we'll make this back to purple because I like the purple and the way it looks, or the lavender. All right, so now let's actually get into doing something. So if I go back here to wrong one, hold on. If I go back over here to here, we can go to our issues. Get a build error. So I've never seen this error before, but usually if you get an error like this, go to this folder and see this thing here. Just delete it. Delete that jar file and then try it again, see if it works. So if I go back over to the video for the comments, so let's say how to add a module from another client. So this, in the case, is called skinning, but if you're new to coding, this is what most people do to learn. I guess you could say learn, I don't know, whatever. So let's add Fulbright. I know it's a very simple module if you know about these clients, but let me find. I think Phobos might have a decent Fulbright. So, all right, so this is our Fulbright here. So let's say we want to make a new module. We'll put this under render. New Java class, name it Fulbright. And then if we go over, we can close, the cool thing is you can close all the tabs to the right and all the tabs to the left, or just all the other ones that is this one. So let's open up, click UI. So you can see, so we have, it extends module. So we can put this right there. And then here, and then we can do, create constructor. And then here, we can remove all this up here. All this is not important. We just need this here. So Fulbright. And then the description we'll do makes everything bright. And then category dot render. All right. So we'll do an at override and then public void on enable. Wait, does this not use? Yeah. Yeah, public void on enable, sorry. And then we'll do, I just like doing it. Okay, so if we look here, let's see this on enable. So it looks like the on enable isn't what's being used here, but we're gonna need this on disable too. That's very important. So we have our on enable, so we can just paste this down here and change this to disable. So now we have a disable and an enable. And then I don't remember if this base has it. Like I said, I haven't worked on this in a long time. it might have an on update too. I don't think it does though. No, we don't have an on update. Okay, so I'll show you how to add that in there too. But so let's say we have our on enable and our on disable. And now all we'll need to do is go to Minecraft.getMinecraft. We can double check on here. You can see mc.gamesettings.gamma previous setting. So our previous setting is here, 1F. So we're going to want to make it so whenever the game stops on disable, we're going to name this, we're going to put 1F there. So this is the default. And then we'll do for whenever it's enabled, we can simply go to here and set this to, see, we can double check here. See, this sets it to 1,000, so you can set it to 1,000 too. And just like that, we need to go to the module manager. This dot modules dot add new. Oh, whoops. Modules dot add. Sorry. Okay, there, and then import. Boom. There you go. New module enabled. And if it might make me restart IntelliJ since I just added a new module, or it might, okay, it does work. All right. So if I open this up, you see under render, hold on. It's not on there for some reason. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Maybe we need we might need a keyboard key. We'll set this key to keyboard key dot Z. Whoops. Keyboard key dot Z. Alright, so we have a keyboard key, so we have our on enable and our on disable. We have our Fulbright added to the module manager, and now I believe, unless it might make me restart it for it to show up in the UI, but it shouldn't. It might though. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to restart. So since we already have this closed here, we can start adding some more. So we have our on enable, our on disable, our Fulbright. All right, we have a whole new module here, Fulbright. That's pretty cool. So Fulbright might not be the most helpful module, but that's how you add a module. It's pretty simple. So let's see, what else do we have here? Nothing else. Oh, right here, right next to where you run the project, doesn't say run client, it says for me current file. So what that means, what you did was you have to go over the whole way over to the right, click Gradle, and then run client, and everything should run. So now we're gonna do something. We're gonna make this more useful into an actual base that, let's say, you could, actually add mods to, or make into a decent client. So let me think. So first we're gonna add mixins. Mixins, whenever you get into the actual big, like, serious coding world, mixins are pretty important. You'll need them to overwrite Minecraft's base code on the client side. So for this, I will pause the recording, and whenever it comes back, this will be fully done. So you don't have to watch me. Sit here and struggle to put this together. But whenever you see this again, it should be good to go. Okay, so I kid you not, that took an hour, if not an hour and 30 minutes, just to get the setup. So a lot of stuff has changed, so I will just push this to the GitHub, and I will put it in the description and the comments. So we added a bunch of different repositories here to get these. I had to change the Forge Gradle from 3+ to 2.3, an older one, so we could use the mixin and the shadow. The shadow is for building the jar.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest, I had to re-record
everything's the same to here.
4 or 5 times
so
just because stuff wasn't going together or working the way I wanted it to. So mine is a little bit different from what it was before, but I'll try to run through.
So I'll put this in either the description or in the paste bin, or maybe just post it to the official repository. But I had to change the whole Gradle version from 3+ to 2.3, and I added mixins and a plugin, a shadow plugin for building the actual jar, the mod itself. So a little bit has changed. I'll show you in here. Instead of it being FG runs, it's Forge Gradle. And then whenever you paste this in here, and you're at this point, you'll have to run this, and then this will take 5-10 minutes at the most. Whenever that's done, you'll need to press this to reload it, and everything will be the way it should be. So, like I said, we have our logger and everything here, good to go. So, now, if I go into here, you'll see I added something here. I actually added two things. So this is our version, our mappings. This is just to keep this false. So this is our shadow jar. So now that we get here to our dependencies, so this is just some repositories to get these from. So our dependencies, these are like libraries you need to add in. So like, for example, the Discord RPC library or Mixin. I use 0.7.4 and I use both these versions because these are the personal ones I use for all my mods. So if we go here, we have, again, includes it in the shadow jar. Both of these are like the dependencies libraries. And then down here, you'll see jar, you'll see this little thing here. We have this fmlet. So this is what allows us to access, pretty sure it's an access transformer is what it's called. But if I go here and create a new file, we just literally need to put this, and it has to be the exact same name under resources, just like that. We don't have to put anything in it yet. But we need this here, dev, Xeon Life, Monkey Client, Mixin Simulator. Feel free to change what this is, but you have to do it exactly this way. Before I show you how to do this, you need, for the Mixin loader, you need this here. So you'll go under resources, new, file, Mixin's monkey client.json, and you're done there. So we will go here, let's say, I already did it, because like I said, I do this 5 times. But you make a new package named Mixin, and you make a new class called Mixin Loader that matches this path. You'll see up here Mixin and Mixin Loader. So we have so like I said, just either type this in on yours or find it somewhere. So literally, this has our plugin name, the version, and then everything else we need here. So at this point now, we have Mixins, and now we're going to work on Discord RPC. So I already did some of this, but like I said, it got all messed up, so I just reverted it to the last clip. But we need to let's make a new class, call it Monkey RPC. Remember, this all tailors to your own personal name of the client. Everything you want to personalize to however you want it to be. But we have our run here, and then put our stop here. And we need to make, I think we only have misc on this, so misc, new, Java class, Discord RPC. So this will be our actual mod. So it needs to extend module, and then we'll create a matching constructor. We'll delete that, go here, save this to Discord RPC, and then our detail will be Discord rich present. I don't care if it's not, it doesn't much. Here, category dot misc. There we go. Now we need to implement our actual methods here. So we need at override public on enable, like that, and void on enable. And like I said earlier, this is what happens whenever you enable or disable this module. So these here, and then we'll need to add this to the module manager before doing anything else. And I apologize for putting this here. This should actually be at the same place as monkey client. So find the monkey RPC, and then this dot modules dot add new Discord RPC, and then add this here. And then all we'll need to do here is add monkey RPC equals, or monkey RPC equals new monkey RPC. We'll add this up here at the top. We'll need to do monkey RPC dot run, and to turn it off, monkey RPC dot stop. There you go. So now your mod, show up in the GUI is going to be done. So now if we go over to our actual monkey RPC, now we need to do something. So we'll do Discord rich presence. Discord rich presence equals new Discord rich presence. Who could have guessed? So we'll need to put this at the top, and then Discord rich presence dot. Let's see. So we'll need to go to our developer portal. So let me go out of here. I created it already. You need to go to here, Discord/developer/applications, new application, and then you'll see this. Name it whatever you want, give it an icon, have fun. And then once you're here, you need to go to rich presence. Go to for my case, I'm gonna add a picture because I probably have one that's big enough to fit. Not 100% sure though, but we're gonna find out. We'll try. How about this picture? It's a big picture, so it should work. There we go. That looks cool. So we'll add that there, and then we'll add for a different picture. We'll add. Wait, that's too small. Hold on. Let me think. What could be a picture? I had this from a different client. But it's still too small. I keep forgetting that they changed it to 512. So I'll go through these and see if maybe wow, those are all really small pictures. So I need to find a big picture. Well, you know what? We'll make it the American police flag. Hell yeah. Alright, we're gonna keep this here. So this will be one of our logos, and this is okay, so this is what we need here. So we need to go to general information, and then we'll need our application ID. Click copy there. And then we'll add this at the top, so we just have it here. Discord rich presence dot. Alright, so this is how we set it up. So we're going to need let's see. So okay, so we'll set this up. So for our details. So this will be below. We can make it say monkey client on top exclamation mark. There we go. So we got monkey client on top, and then we'll add monkey client dot large image key equals, we go back over here, this, and we can actually add text under whenever you hover over this image. So large text equals, we'll make it say Merca, baby. There we go. Then we got some details here, and then let's say that we have our rich presence almost done. So I'd say I can add, a bunch of stuff here like state and everything. So I can set the state to or equals to cool guy for the example. I'm gonna pause this right here and put in some more just different stuff, so you don't have to watch me write everything out, but you should get the gist of it from just this. Okay, so I did a little bit of just adding. So we have our numbers here for our public IDs. We have so this is all I added. So we have our rich presence at the top and Discord RPC. So for our run right here, makes a new, Discord RPC instance. Okay, so we have Discord. This is the same as up here. It just initializes an instance. So then we're going to need something here. This is very, very important. So we need our Discord event handlers. So, this is the very important line. So this .discord RPC .discord initialize. This is what sets it up. Remember that ID I told earlier to comment out here? This one right here. This is very important. This goes right here, and then we have our handler, and then true, and then we aren't going to use it. So we have. So if you remember when we set this up, I think I already showed you, but I will show you again. We have our one image here, our large image, and then we have our cover image. So we have our everything. Actually, this is everything we should need. So now if I go over to Discord RPC here, we have everything set up here. Now as you see, we pretty much just added Discord RPC. So at this point, I just need to run the client, and whenever this starts up, you'll see a couple things. So like the first thing I showed you how to add was how to change the title. But all right, we got an error here. Let's see. What's this? The error was missing replacement data for run directory. Okay, so since I changed versions, I need to run a different run client than the first one. So maybe not. All right, so this is an issue. So we need to fix this. Okay, so here. Let's see. I'll pause this in the back when it's fixed. Okay, so after a little bit of digging around, I went back to the Gradle. So you need to add under this Minecraft core mod, which is that mix and loader, which is also down here. And you also need to add run directory equals. That's what this is looking for. That's why it wouldn't run the client. Sorry, I completely forgot to put that. So now we boot up the client. Oh, it failed again. Let's see. No such method error. Java lang okay, so that means that we need another dependency, which is guava. It's not guava. Sorry, it's Java. Well, it's you'll understand. I'll add it in and then. Okay, so like I said, simple fix. We just forgot to add guava. So this is for RPC and for mixins, mainly for RPC. We need to add it here and then add this here. Like I said, the whatever after, I'm sure I'll add more to this, will be in the description and the comments and probably pushed to the actual repository. So now it should boot up without an issue. See, we have monkey client, and if we go into our world, we'll see if our Discord works. Okay, run our world, we press P, we can see we have everything. We have our Fulbright too, which you know, pretty simple. If I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, our Fulbright, if it doesn't work, I know why. The reason our Fulbright wouldn't be working is because we don't have an on update, which we'll have to add later. But you can see our HUD works, everything else good to go. So okay, so Discord RPC. If I turn this on, we can see it should say comment, or I guess it doesn't say anything. If I switch tabs over to Discord, click on here. Hold on. Sorry, here. Look at this. Monkey client. Yay. Isn't that so cool? Yeah, there we go. We have our America baby, monkey client, monkey top. Cool guy. So there we go. And then if we go here to turn it off, go back over. We don't have it anymore. Then if I go, just to show you, it'll turn back on. Go back here. Boom. Very cool. So just like that, we have our monkey client RPC. So there is RPC for you. I am going to edit this video now and put everything together, but that is the base. So you see everything we've added. We added Fulbright, we added mix-ins, we added RPC, we added, or actually had to change click GUI, and yeah. So I will put this together as a number 2, and after this I'm gonna put part 3 together, in which I'll add the option to change the color of the UI while you're like in the settings. I'll add a couple mix-ins. I'll add some UI, so like little UI updates, some more modules, some events, everything that you should need to have this client rolling, and it's probably custom font, everything you can need. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any concerns or any issues that you need fixed, just write a new issue on the GitHub, or more I guess this will be more helpful. Add my Discord. Here, I'll put my Discord in the chat. It'll also be in the comments and the description. But that is my Discord, and so you can just add me and text me, and I will answer you about your issue. And yeah, thanks for watching, and this is the end. See ya.